Do you tend to cry when an animal dies? Do you get angry when you hear about a dog dying in a hot car, yet scroll by that story of the woman who died in a car accident? If so, you're not alone. People love their pets deeply, and many consider themselves to be animal lovers. But does getting more upset over animals than humans mean we love them more than people? Is there something wrong with us? In this video, we'll take an in-depth look why it sometimes feels like we care more our pets more than our next-door neighbors. A recent study by criminologist Jack Levin reveals a possible answer that might surprise you, and it's backed by science. The study's participants were asked to respond to a fake news story about a victim who was assaulted with a baseball bat, leaving them unconscious with several broken limbs. While the story was the same, it differed in one crucial detail: the identity of the victim changed, which was either a 1-year-old baby, an adult human, a 6-year-old dog, or a puppy. Respondents showed the same level of empathy for the baby, the puppy, and the adult dog, but significantly less for the adult human being. Researchers concluded that this suggests that our empathy level is unrelated to species. Rather, it has to do with perceived helplessness and vulnerability. This can also relate to the human-animal bond many of us feel, as they require our attention, help, and concern. The natural affection we feel for animals can be compared to the affection we feel for our children. We impulsively care for them and desire to help them because they are unable to easily help themselves. Our perception of adult humans is that they can easily speak up for their rights or defend themselves from danger. We love animals, sure. But do we love all animals equally? If we analyze our feelings carefully, we find that most of our adoration of animals centers on dogs and cats. Additionally, we sometimes might feel empathy for certain large, charismatic wild animals such as elephants, dolphins, or lions. But there is a basic irony about these feelings. The routine slaughter of animals for food like cattle, chickens, pigs, doesn't faze most of us nearly as much. How is it that one African lion brutally killed for sport elicits powerful empathy while the 39 million cows and calves that are killed every year in slaughterhouses leaves us unmoved? Take a moment to think about how many pet movies you likely watched as a kid. Many of these media portrayals endow dogs and cats with human qualities. They sometimes talk to each other using verbal words as people would, indulge in dreams for the future, and fall in love just like we do. Our reverence for dogs and cats over other species could also be explained by something called the collapse of compassion. This is the psychological principle which tells us that the more tragedy we see, the less we care. Popular culture has drilled it into us over generations that our pets are just like humans, and primed many of us to be animal lovers from a young age. It's the answer to why you may not feel any compassion for the millions of people living in extreme poverty, while the story of one child living on the street with no medical care is more likely to move you to want to help. Our reasons for loving animals is not based just on empathy, however. The truth is, animals, particularly our pets, offer humans a variety of powerful benefits,